Alrighty, welcome to the 4-week shred action plan content. This is the prelude video called How Much You Should Be Eating to Get Results. We'll be going through what you need to be doing right now in the lead up to the 4-week shred, why it is so important to eat the right amount of food now and during the shred, how to work out your calorie targets, and how to choose the right percentages of carb, protein, and fat. Let's get into it. So what you need to be doing right now is increasing your fat burning potential. The majority of us are on the right-hand side, the small fire, and possibly the medium fire there. If we're not consuming enough calories, whether that's on purpose or not, our metabolism probably isn't as strong as it needs to be to get epic results in this challenge. We need to be in that big fire on the left. If we are not eating enough, we're simply not putting enough into our body for it to then increase our metabolic rate. If we're eating too much, we're kind of eating enough, yep, to get the metabolism going, but we can kind of be dampening our metabolism because there's simply too much food for the body to be burning through and slowing us down. And of course, eating the right amount gives you just the right amount of fire. Why is it so important to eat the right amount of food? As I said, if you're in a surplus, yes, that equals gains of muscle mass, but it also means increase of body fat. In the middle there, we have maintenance, so muscle increase, yes, health and strength increases. In the deficit, that is the golden zone for the fat loss, but we also do have a decrease in muscle and fatigue. That is why it is so important to only really be in a deficit when we want to be losing body fat. It is by no means something for longevity or for long term. So we need to download MyFitnessPal. We simply need to work out what the numbers are. So please download this, start tracking your food. 7 days of tracking can absolutely change your life. You might realize that you are consuming too little calories or too much calories, or you simply have no idea. So bringing your awareness, firstly, to how much you're consuming, and educating yourself about what proteins are, carbohydrates, and fats as you go along putting in foods. It is very important to know what is what. Before the shred, your total daily energy expenditure calories or maintenance calories will be your target. So for this week, next week, then we can go into the shred. Speaking of the shred, how do we work out these calorie targets? Your TDEE is minus a percentage, is basically what we are trying to achieve. To oversimplify it, what is our TDEE? That's your BMR, basal metabolic rate, how many calories you use to burn each and every day, plus your work, plus your training for that day. Example for me, 1900 calories is my current BMR, plus 500 calories for work as a PT, and 400 calories on average for a workout in the gym. Remember to ask your trainer for your in-body scan to check your BMR. Otherwise, you can jump on Google and simply search how to calculate my BMR, and you get a pretty good estimate. How to work out your calorie targets. For work, full sedentary job, I usually give around 200 calories. All the way up to moving and lifting, that's the 500 plus calorie target for myself. Training, upper body day, 200 calories, and you see the Metcon day there, 600 calories. That is a little mistake there. The lower body day should be about 300 to 400 calories, and usually give yourself an average of 350 calories between the upper body day and the Metcon day. How to work out your calorie target. BMR plus work plus training minus a percentage. 10% for people in a big deficit already. If you're already consuming 20 to 30% less than maintenance and have been doing so for longer than 2 to 3 months. This is because eating more is more important for you right now. You'll still lose body fat and build muscle because remember, this is a deficit when it comes to calories in versus calories out. As long as you're in a deficit, you will burn body fat. 20% for a moderate shred, and then 30% for an epic shred, but definitely no longer than 4 weeks at a 30% deficit. To put it in perspective, if you Google right now, how much of a deficit should I be in to lose body fat, Even pro bodybuilders will give you numbers of 10 to 15%, but that's because they take into account you want to perform well in order to build muscle mass and actually get through your day as well. For optimum results, if we have too much of a deficit, you'll basically become too tired, your training will not be as effective, and you will not get good results. So, too much of a deficit is a bad thing. Remember that dwindling fire. So, calorie target, please work it out. You can simply pause this video, put pen to paper. How to choose the right percentages of the carb, protein, and fat. This is basically 20% of that calorie target will be carbs, 35 to 45% of that will be fat, and 35 to 45 will be protein. Low carb is the general rule for here at Witness for Fitness. Over the 8 to 10 years of transformations, we've found that a low carb approach works for most people. However, if you have had a different result in a different split of macros here, no need to recreate the wheel. Please do what works for you. Moderate fat, because such diets as the keto diet, if we have a high fat content or a decent fat content, then our body knows what to do with fats. If we don't have enough fat in our diet, the body simply isn't good at metabolizing fat and therefore will not burn our stored body fat, which is what we're trying to shred. High protein at 35 to 45%. Yes, at the same as a moderate fat there, but we're just highlighting the fact that protein is the most recognized macronutrient for people to focus on almost every single diet out there. Even a vegan vegetarian diet, there's an emphasis on protein because everybody knows we need to build and repair lean muscle mass if we are training. There is almost no diets out there that say protein should not be one of your main macronutrients, at least a focus for most people. In MyFitnessPal, I want you to go to More, which is the button down the bottom right hand side, then go to Goals, and then click the Calorie, Carbs, Protein, and Fat Goals button. Yes, that is all one button. After that, you'll then put in your total calorie target, and then setting those percentages, it will give you the gram targets. Optional, you can set daily goals, however, that is a premium feature. I do recommend getting the premium feature and doing the 7-day or 30-day trial just to get those extra features, and make sure you set a reminder to turn off the subscription, otherwise you will get billed. 7 days of data entry. Please do this. It will change your life. It'll get your head around the numbers and you'll know exactly what to do for the 4-week shred coming up. All right, in summary, download MyFitnessPal. Start eating maintenance calories to build your metabolism. You have 2 weeks, everybody. Calculate your calorie targets for the upcoming shred. We have 2 weeks to chat about this, get that number super specific, so please take action right now. Download MyFitnessPal, do some work on it this week, and watch the next video.